Assalamu alaikum. I am Rowan صادق, your English teacher from the second Asylum School. Today we have the lesson Top Time, which is in Module 3. Be careful in your student's book, page 41. Please follow me and focus on each point we have in this lesson. The lesson objectives. We have only one objective here, to revise and consolidate structures and vocabulary presented in the previous module. Here you have these two passages in your student's book, page 41. Okay, we have here passages or paragraphs about driving. We have this question. Do people in Qatar drive on the left-hand side of the road? Read and answer. Okay, we have first the title. The title is Driving Round. Driving Round. Okay. And we have here paragraph about Qatar and paragraph about the United Kingdom, UK. Okay, I will start with Qatar. Qatar. When driving in Qatar, especially in large cities like Doha, there are some rules drivers should always remember. In Qatar, people drive on the right-hand side of the road, and they must be at least 18 years old to drive. Drivers shouldn't use a mobile phone while driving, so they never talk on their mobile phones. They always wear their seat belts too. There is usually a lot of traffic on the street in the city, but there are also many things to see. One of the most interesting places to visit is the Qatar National Museum. The museum tells the story of Qatar, its history, and its people. Okay, so here we can answer the question in the top that in Qatar people drive on the right hand side of the road, not in the left hand side of the road. Okay, now let's see the United Kingdom, UK. When driving in the UK, you must be at least 17 years old. You must always wear your seat belt, and you have to pay attention to the road signs too. Why? Well, the British drive on the left hand to the side of the road, and this can be very confusing for people from other countries. They have to be very careful. In London, when drivers want to use their cars from Monday to Friday in the city center, they have to pay a fee. Drivers get into trouble for driving too fast, but they can also get into trouble for driving very slowly. Stonehenge is a very famous site in the English countryside that you can visit by car. It's a circle of very big rocks, and archaeologists are not sure why people built it. Some people believe it was one of the first clocks in the world. Okay, that's it for our paragraphs for today, and let's see the questions and the words that we have for this lesson. Here we have the new words from the paragraphs. The first one we have is seat belt. Seat belt. And the meaning of seat belt is حزام الأمان, as you see from the picture. And the second one is road trip. Road trip. And the meaning of road trip رحلة في الطريق أو سفر البر أو رحلة طويلة برية. Okay, so we have seat belt, road trip, and the last one we have is confusing. 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 And the meaning of confusing is غير مفهوم أو معقد. Confusing, it's معقد, غير مفهوم or مشتت. Okay? And here we have one sentence about one word. Let's see. I cannot understand this exercise. It's confusing. أنا لا أستطيع أن أفهم هذا التمرين أو هذه المسألة. It's confusing إنها معقدة. Okay. So the words we have today are seat belt, road trip, and confusing. Here we have this exercise, number 1 in your workbook, page 33. Read and complete, then match. We have in the box here, the blue box, we have the words road trip, confusing, and seat belt. Number 1. You should always put your on when you get into the car. What do you think? Your seat belt. You should always put your seat belt. Number 2. My family and I are going to go on a across Europe this summer. On a road trip. Okay, my family and I are going to go on a road trip across Europe this summer. Number 3. This maths problem is, can you help me solve it please? This maths problem is confusing. Okay, let's see here. Match the pictures with the words. A with what? What do you think? Excellent, with 2. And B with 1. And C, of course, with 3. That's it for this exercise. You have this exercise in your student's book, page 41, about the passages we had before. Okay, read again and put a tick in the column for Qatar, the UK, or in both. Okay, let's see. Number 1. Drivers drive on the left-hand side of the road. What do you think? Excellent, the UK. The UK, the drivers are in the left hand of the road. Number 2. Drivers should wear seat belts. Of course, for the both. Drivers should wear seat belts for both of them. Number 3. You shouldn't drive too fast or too slowly. It's in the UK. Number 4. There is a lot of traffic. Qatar. Okay, it's for Qatar. And finally, drivers never talk on their mobile phones. In Qatar. Okay, that's it for exercise number 3 in your student's book, page 41. And finally, I hope that you have enjoyed our top time lesson for today, and I want from you please to use the internet to find information about other places you can visit on a road trip in the UK. Thank you very much for your listening, and I hope for you to have a very nice day.